Hey guys, it's Damien from Marketing Food Online. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day as always. So you want to get into Costco with your food product, you have to check out this video and listen to it from beginning to end. I'm definitely not trying to pitch you a video just to keep you hanging on, but I'm actually going to go over a lot of steps and show you step by step what they have available through their website and the information and links you need. So understanding that from the beginning to the end is super important. So Costco, number one, is a fantastic place to get a specialty food product in. They are always looking for unique and new products, specifically in the food department, that is for sure. Of course, as you know, Costco sells a huge variety of products, not just food, but food products in general, specifically in larger bulk or larger size containers, are really something that they kind of specialize in, and they love finding local products, introducing them locally, and then rolling them out regionally, and then of course throughout the entire company. So I'm just going to go over really quick my own experience with Costco. I don't honestly up front, I do not have a product at Costco right now, but I have actually been in talks with the local, excuse me, the local vendor office, the regional office. It's actually set up, and I want to go over that really quick with you as well over here in the vendor inquiries. It's set up by a regional buyer based upon where you are in the country as well as where you are in the world. And it's not that difficult of a process, but you actually just want to get in touch with the regional buyer and then let them know about your product and then a little bit of your information. You can call them directly actually, or I'll show you where the application is way down here in the bottom. And I'm going to go over this information. I'm not just scrolling fast. This right here is the supplier diversity application. So let me explain to you really quick what the Supplier Diversity Program is with Costco. It is fantastic. It gives a lot of smaller companies and like local companies that have like a niche products that are really, really unique, gives them an opportunity to stand out locally and then possibly potentially roll out through the entire company. So one of the some of the criteria that you want to meet actually is going to be here, and it's going to be all of these here. If you are one or multiple of these certain criteria, you definitely want to apply for their supplier diversity program. Women-based businesses, if it's a woman-owned, it has to be 51%. Let me scroll down here at 51% or more. Yes, here we go. So to be eligible for the program, what they try to do is reach out to different minority groups, women-owned businesses, and the like, and they try to help foster a community of development, bringing those products to Costco, and it's really, really great. It helps out quite a few businesses that happen to be women-owned. If it happens to be 51% or more, that's what they look for. They need to have certification through the National Minority Supplier Development Council or the Women's Business Enterprise National Council, or federal, state, or local government minority certification programs. So what these are actually, if you are a minority-owned business, or if you happen to be a woman, 51% or more owned and controlled woman business, you actually can apply for these here to be eligible to get that certification from one or more of these here, these different councils. And then once you get that, that's going to be one of the criteria for you. Of course, you have to be a U.S. citizen, U.S. citizen ownership. Companies 51% owned or operated by one or more of the eligible groups listed above, and a capacity to do business with Costco. Now, I'll go over this area here in 1 second, but I also wanted to point out this is ultra important. The capacity to do business with Costco. What does that mean? Okay, that means that locally, what they're going to do is they're going to do what's called a roadshow. They're going to invite you to a local store, and you're going to do a sampling of your product. And then what they want is a feedback. They want to kind of see if the local customer base is right for your product, as well as your product being right for Costco. Because as funny as it may sound, not every product is actually the right fit or perfect for Costco, just based upon a lot of dimensions. It could be a package size. It could be the type of product, where you are locally. You know, one product actually sells good in one state, and another it may not sell at all. So having the right fit locally, having the rest of these certifications is very important as well. And by the way, the really quick side note, the definition of minority for their program is going to be defined here, okay? A minority-owned business is a proprietorship, partnership, or corporation, joint ventured that is 51% owned or operated and controlled by United States citizens who are members of the following racial groups. Okay, and then they have defined that by the following. Okay, and again, you can go through here really quick. I just want to highlight and show you where it is on the page. I will include the link for this, by the way, to make it easy. You can take a look throughout their site specifically about becoming a vendor, and it makes it easier for you to understand. So back to what I was saying, they'll do what's called a roadshow. They'll have you sample it and get some feedback. And then what will happen from there is that they'll invite you to say, you know what, it went over great locally. You know what we like to do? Let's start you out in about 4 or 5 stores. So that brings me back to what I was saying before. You have to have the capacity, okay, to do business with Costco. You got to be able to fulfill an order. If they say, look, I need a pallet, which is like 10 or 12, 14, or even 20 cases of your product for 4 stores. The question is, can you produce that? Okay, that is where the capacity comes in. So that's something you want to think about, okay? Just keep that in mind. Now, let me scroll down here. And Costco, here it is right here. All right, so Costco Wholesale has a focused membership demographic and a limited number of SKUs. Before submitting an application, please consider the following, okay? So visit your local Costco. This is a great idea. Go to your local Costco, see what kind of merchandise mix, what type of products. If there's something similar to what you're doing, there may be a good likelihood that they're not going to look into it deeper. Like if somebody produces an almond butter and they already have 2 flavors of almond butter, they're probably not going to bring in a 3rd flavor of almond butters, or peanut butters or something like that. So you may not want to approach them. If it's something that's a different twist, like maybe it's an almond butter with fudge in it or something unique, I would say definitely approach them, okay? So this is what I was saying before. Here's a great recap. That's the information here. That's the roadshow, okay? So a roadshow is a special event where the vendor displays and sells its merchandise in various Costco locations for a limited period of time. So they will pick a certain time, mutually agreed upon, of course. You and the stores will agree upon a great time to do it. But they just want to test it out before they bring it on board, okay? Because when they bring a product on board, it is a process. It is not something that just you can swing by, drop a couple boxes, and drive away. It's not really how it works. So the reason why I mentioned before, I have yet to get a product in Costco because I'm actually in discussions with the regional buyer down in our state here. And then we'll see what happens from there. The roadshow is a great opportunity for you to get your product out there locally and get some feedback. So you should look at it as something that's very exciting, not something stressful or crazy or overwhelming. Definitely look at it as a great opportunity. Get out there and start mingling with people, shaking hands, giving them the story about your product too, which is a great way to sell your product, and then sample it, So this is a great starting point. Again, I'll have all this information in the link down below. You can take a look for yourself. So then let me click on the vendor inquiries really quick. Okay, so here's the vendor inquiries page. Now, why is this page important? Well, just like I mentioned before, here is for prospective vendors of food or sundry items, you have to contact the appropriate division office. I had actually said regional office before. You can call it regional or division, whatever works. So in the Southeast, you see we're here, like Southeast region. So this was the one I've actually been in contact with myself. Northeast region. And then, of course, like I said before, they're international. So if you're in Australia or Japan, Taiwan, or Mexico, these are actually the offices you want to contact. So it's really simple. And again, if you're not very sure about exactly what is needed, definitely give them a ring. If you are in, let's say, Washington State or you're in Oregon, obviously the Northwest region office, this is something for you. Okay. And then you can go through here and take a look. So with that being said, I just wanted to really quickly send you this information. I had a couple of questions about Costco, so I just wanted to throw this out there, and it's a great resource. I'm very familiar with their vendor page, and I thought, you know what? I'm going to give you guys this resource so you're aware of it. If the resource video was great, please do, as always, give me a big thumbs up. I always appreciate the support. And definitely, guys, let me know, down below in the description, in the questions area, let me know if you've actually contacted Costco, and if you do, I would love to hear about what actually happened or what took place, what transpired. Were you able to get your product in locally in stores? I love to hear those stories. So please do share that with the rest of us. So thank you guys and appreciate it. Have a good one.